Hello everyone. If I'm audible to you guys, um, tell me in the comment section. Am I audible to you guys? So hello everyone. I believe that I'm live. If I'm properly audible to you guys, please um, give the thumbs up in the comment section. Hello Arjun. Hello Vikas. Hello Asha. Let's wait for a few more minutes so that everyone can join. Till then, let's see what kind of audience do we have today. So you guys are from which college? Okay, Ram is from SRKR Engineering College. Hello, Shruti. Okay, MKC Engineering College, Triple IT. So you guys are in which year? Let's get an idea like how much Python do you know, like your level. Do you have any experience in Python before this bootcamp? Hello, Nathan. We'll be starting in few more minutes. Okay, no experience. I don't know. Second year, you guys, some are from second year, some people are from third year. Okay, Arjun is from YMCA University, Faridabad. Indulgar, Sakshi, actually this is a boot camp in which you will be taught Python from basics, then some basics of ML. Then we will be doing the project on stock market using ML. Purnima University, people are from there also. We'll start at 7:10. Let's wait for a few more minutes so that more people can join it. So what do you guys know about Python? The car enthusiast? Yes, 7 days will be enough. Don't worry, we'll be covering all the basics also, so that people who have no experience can get an idea about Python and ML. So give those who know something about Python, let me know what do you guys know about Python. Like what is Python, or do you have made any project, or do you have used this language anywhere? Good evening, Rajshri. Okay, so Ram knows about basic OOPS functions. Kiran, here we will be covering up all the basics of Python. Then ML, we'll be learning few algorithms, how to work on it, and then we'll be building a project on stock market prediction using ML. Good evening, Yogesh. So let us start, guys. So hello everyone, myself Sukhmani Kaur, an AI ML instructor. Welcome to this boot camp organized by edspread. In this boot camp, we will be covering basics of Python, ML, and then we will be building a project on stock market prediction using linear regression. So starting with the PPT. So the first class is based on purely basics of Python. So moving on, what is Python? Actually, Python is like any other language that you guys must be using programming too. So everyone, I'm audible. Hello, everyone, is it fine now? Am I audible now? Now, is my voice clear now? Is am I audible now properly? Everyone, now am I audible properly? Everything. Give me a second, guys.
Am I audible now? Okay, so said yes. So I believe I'm audible properly now. So sorry guys for this sudden interruption. I'll be beginning from the start. Is that fine for everyone? So I'll be starting with the PPT. So guys, this first class is totally based on introduction to Python, discussing what is Python. Some few of you wrote that you use plus plus or Java. So Python is like any other language, but it is a high level programming language, and I should say it is a beginners friendly. You will see why in just a while when we will start to code. So it is also very interactive and object oriented programming language, just like C++ plus plus and Java. Second question that one should ask to him or herself is that why should we use Python? Because we have many languages. So main part is like it is very easy to read, or it is very easy to maintain. It has very interactive part or GUI programming you can do. So many different libraries you have. Like you don't have to come up with every different kinds of code. Here you can use inbuilt libraries. Um, so we'll not be going too much into the theory part. You can search it from Google or any other website. So moving on, Python's syntax. So the most basic thing in Python's syntax is indentation, which is used to delimit the blocks. We'll be seeing just in a while how to use it. I'll be do that on any Python's online compiler. I'll use GDB compiler. Let's see what indentation exactly is. So this is the compiler. So what indentation exactly is? It is like the space that you give while writing the code. Sakshi, is it visible now? Like you'll see in this example, like I'll be printing hello world initially. It will get printed normally, but if I'll give some space here, like four space, it will give me indentation error. So this indentation error is very basic thing in Python. Like every particular statement should be in the same block. Like here, I have just started writing anything Python, so I have to start from the without giving any spaces. So it will print fine. Otherwise, it will give me indentation error. Let's see one more example. Like if I use if statement, we'll be covering these two. Like if I want to print anything, for example, I want to print any number. So I'll if I do this, it will run fine properly. It will print 3. But if I don't give any space before print in if statement, it will again give me an indentation error. Everything okay till here? It is giving me an indentation error. So let's see why it is giving me such. So to remove this error, I'll have to give some spaces in front of print statement and to consider it under the if statement. So let's print it now. It will give the fine answer. Moving on, second basic thing is we don't need to use semicolon in Python like we use in other languages like C, C++, Java. So here you can see I have not used any semicolon and it's still working fine. And next, how to comment out things in Python. Comment out things, you can use hashtag for single lines. For example, I'm writing this is a comment. So, or if you want to write multiple line comments, you have to use 3 quotations. It can be single two and double two, like one. If I'm writing this is also a comment, and I want to include it in the comment part, so I'll use 3 quotations. 1, 3. So this is how how we comment the code in Python, and we have .py extensions in Python. Moving on to variables part. Variables in Python are dynamically typed. You don't have to declare everything that what kind of variable you are using. For example, here you can see that counter is equals to 100. I've not given any type of variable I'm defining, like is it integer or string or float. I'm just writing counter is equals to 100, which automatically means this is an integer assignment. And here I have written miles is equals to 1000.0, which automatically means this is a floating assignment. So you can see an example of this. Like if I write variable 1 is equals to 100, this is an integer assignment, and variable is equals to 10.0 is an float assignment. Now we need to check that what kind of assignment is it. So we need to use a method named type. Let's print the type of variable 1, and we can also print the type of variable 2. Check that what I'm telling is right. Or so you can see for variable 1 it is giving me the type integer, and for variable 2 it is giving me the type float. Same it goes with the input part. If you want to take some input from the user in Python, you need to store it somewhere. So let's see. For that you have to use the method inputs. Let us use input is equals to, I want to take input, so I'll use input here. Let's use the input here. This means this method will take the input from user. Now the difference here is, let's run it, then it will print it. Now it is asking for input from me. So let me give any integer as input. Okay, the point is we are giving integer, but this is actually a string. how to check it? We can again print the type of input one we have. I'll give 3. It is telling me it is a string. So this is a thing that whenever we take input from them from the user, it will always be taken as string. But if I want to convert it into the integer part, I can write like this. You can convert it into any type of variable using int, float, or string using this. Now it will give me the answer as integer. Is it clear till here to everyone? Is it clear till here, everyone? Yes, sure. I'll be sharing the like team will be sharing all the slides with you guys. Is everything clear till here, or any doubts? Moving on, you can one more thing here is like in Python you can do multiple assignments to multiple variables simultaneously. We'll see how to do it. Like if I write a comma b comma c and then write 1 comma 2 comma or giving any string like Python. This means I have done a is equals to 1, b is equals to 2, and c is equals to Python. Here a and b are the integer assignment and c is the string assignment here. You can run it on print all three of them, printing b, printing c. It is asking me. So a is equals to 1, b is equals to 2, and c is equals to Python, which is string. So now moving on, we will be discussing all the data types in Python one by one. So before that, is everything clear to everyone till here, till variables part? Is everything clear to you guys till here? So I believe no doubts. Okay. Line number 22 plus which line? Okay. So in line number 22, I'm telling you how to take input from the user. You have to use the input method here, which will be allowing you to take the input from the user. So that input will be stored in any variable. You can give any name here in input one. Any in you can replace this input one and write any other variable. And this is for converting the type into the integer. Like the input I'll be taking will be automatically considered as a string, and to convert it into any other variable type, data type, I'll have to mention that I want the input as integer. So the string will be automatically converted into the integer, and that type you can check using this type method. Is it fine? I guess Bhanu was asking that out. Is it fine? Okay. So moving on. about the data types in Python. We have numbers and data types that we discussed, like in like every other language you have int, floating point number. This is the same case with the Python, and I told you about the type method too, that how you can check the type of any variable that you have in Python. And these all are the functions like int, like how to convert it, any x variable into integer, like I discussed just now. Like similarly you can use all these functions to convert uh, any variable into different things. Now about sequence type, you have string. You all guys must be aware what a string is. It is characters. It is the same as in the case of other languages, so we'll be discussing it in a while. For that, let's get on to some basic operations that we have in Python. So we'll be discussing arithmetic operations that we have. For that, what this platform is, this is Google Colab. Can be used easily with just any Google ID or Gmail ID, I should say. You have to search Google Colab on Chrome. Then you can go to Welcome to Google Collaborate. Then you can create a new notebook for yourself. I have already these, so I'll be working on these. You can create a new notebook. You will be seeing something like this. You can change the name of your file here. You can add more code snippets here, and you can add text like these from here. Let me show you while adding, like how here I press the code. So I got one more section to write different code. You can delete or move up and down using different that you can explore after this class. Moving on, how to print something, I already told you. You have to use the print method and give pass on the thing that you want, variable or any or string that you want. So initially we'll be discussing about the arithmetic operators. So here I've assigned a is equals to 3 and b is equals to 5. So what do you guys think? This what kind of assignment it is? What kind of variable it is? What do you think? What kind of assignment a is equals to 3 and b is equals to 5 is? Yes, number. What kind of number? We have different numbers, like integer or floating integers. Yes, Kiran. Yes, okay. So yes, this is an integer assignment. So here I'll be doing the basic mathematical operations that you guys must be already aware of, like adding the numbers, subtracting the numbers, and this is used for power, like a raised to the power b. So 3 raised to the power 5 is 43, and this is for dividing. Here the main thing is this is the floor operation that you can perform, like a divided by b is 0.6, but I want to have the floor value of it. Like the most nearest value of 0.6 can be either 0 or 1, but the floor value will be the lower one. So here lower one is 0, so that's why I'm getting the answer as 0. And a percentage b will give you the remainder, like every other language. So this is same for arithmetic operators. For assignment operators, you must be aware like what is an assignment. Like a is equals to 3 is also an assignment. Like I am assigning the value 3 to a. So here main thing is adding and assigning. What does this statement actually mean? Let us see this. A plus equal to b is actually a equals to a plus b. I'm adding a A and B and again assigning the value back to A. So according to this, I have value A is equals to 3 and B is equals to 2. So I added both of them, 5, and again assigned the value back to 5. So that's why now the here, from here, the value for further calculation, the value of A will be taken equal to 5. So here also I'm using A is equals to A minus B. So now the updated value of A is 5, then but the value of B is same. So I'll be writing 2. Then it will give me the answer 3, which will be the previous value of A only issue. And in this situation, I'm adding the value of A to 5 and then again assigning back the value to A. So if I'll run this one, I'll be initially the value of A was 3, then the value of A is 8, and the updated value like we did here, 5 plus 3 is 8, and we printed the value of B. I've not changed the value of B, so it is same as you. Is it clear till here? Is it clear till assignment operators? Can we move on? So moving on, we have relational operators. In relational operator, again I have assigned some values, variables A and 3. Relation operators, we check the relation between variables. So let me comment out this part. So let us check if A is greater than B or not. I got the answer as false. Reason being, A and B are equal. That's why it is giving me the answer as false. So similarly, it will give me for other parts like this part, it will also give me false. But let's check is A is equal to B or not. True. Yes, A is equal to B. Similarly, you can check for other parts too. I'll be sharing this code file after the. For logical operators, we have and, nor, or, and not here. In different languages, you use these symbols for them. But in Python, you have to write and, or, and not properly. So here, let us take this example like A is equals to 6 and B is equals to 3. So let us see if A is greater than equal to B or not. 6 is greater than equal to 3. Yes, 6 is greater than 3. So I'll have true as answer, and true is given the boolean value of 1. And for B is equal, and we are seeing next is A is less than 4. So no, 6 is not less than 4. So it will give me an answer false, which is 0. So, and for AND operation, you have to multiply the value. So anything multiplied by 0 is 0 only. So let us see, the answer should also be false. The answer for this part is false. Now, if we check for the OR part, in OR, we always add the things. OR 1 plus 0 is 1. So if I'll add the things, so I'll should get answer as true. Let us see what the answer is. True. And for the not part, A is greater than B. Yes, A is greater than B. So and the opposite of it is false. So I'll be getting the answer as false. Is it clear till here to everyone? Moving on, let us see what membership operators are. We have two membership operators in Python, in and not in. So it is used to check if something or some characters are present in the string or not. So here I'll be checking if capital L, capital O is present in A or not. What do you think? What do you guys think the answer should be? Is it present in hello or not? False. Yes, the answer should be false because Python is a case sensitive language. So it will give me an answer as false. If I check in smaller case, if LLO is present or not, it will give me the answer as true. Similarly, you can check if V is present in A or not. I'm using not in. I'm telling V is not present in A. It should give me the answer as true because yes, V is not there in hello. Now, identity operators, we have two identity operators in Python, is and is not. Here, A is equals to 20. Now, I'm checking if A is 20.0 or not. It should give me the answer as false. Reason being, I have done the integer assignment, but now I am checking if it is a float assignment or so it gives me the answer as false. Now, if I'll check A is 20, then yes, it will give me the answer as true. Now, for next, this goes for the string part. Let us discuss what string is. The basic thing in string that you guys must is about indexing part. Like you must be knowing how to declare a string. You must have used different languages. So basic indexing starts from zero, like any other language. Like here, the string is Python, and it will be starting with 0, 1, 2, and so on. But if I want to print the string from backwards, it will be starting with -1, -2, -3. That means if I'll be printing the -1 index for this string, it will give me n as the answer. So similar here, same case here. Have two strings, hello and world, and third one is a b string. I'm just printing it here like normal. Here I have hello, a is equals to hello. If I'll print for the fourth index, what we have at the fourth index, starting from 0, 0, 1, 3, 4. At fourth index, have O here. I forgot. Now I'll run it again. I'll run it again and it will give me the answer as O. But if I want to print what is at the 0th index, I can see at 0th index, we have the answer H. And for reversing, I must have O as the answer again, this case of index as -1. Similarly, if I print for index as -5, I should have -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. I should have H as the answer from backwards. Now, slicing part, how to slice in strings. So I have a string. I am learning Python slicing. For slicing, you have syntax. You have to pass the variable name, like a in this case, then the starting value, then the ending value. Like I am here mentioning that I need the value starting from index to the 14th index. But the main point here is I will get the answer from 6 to 13th. Always -1 from the ending index. So I'll get answer as learning because L starts with 6th indexing and G is at 13th index. And at 14th indexing, I have a space which is not getting printed. Similarly, for other examples, if you will not pass the ending index, you will get everything starting from 6th index till end. learning Python as the answer. Similarly, you can try these. For this part, you will get everything starting till fifth index, and in this case, we'll get the whole string get printed. For Python data types, I have to reverse a string. So, how do you guys I can reverse the string? How to use uh, the reverse indexing thing in this case? How will you guys use reverse indexing for reversing a string? Any idea? Does anybody know like how to use this reverse indexing part? Tell you. You can use the reverse. You can reverse the whole string using this syntax. You have to. This is steeping, so you can pass the indexes -1. So this will automatically reverse the whole string. I'll comment out this part and run it. It will reverse the whole string. And for steep, you can use steeping not for reversing but for skipping the different characters in the string. Like here after p, I have given the value as 2, so I'll be skipping one value like 1 and printing the second one which is t. Then again skipping the 1, then giving the answer o. So this is how it is skipping. And how to find something, any character in the string, at which index it is, you can write the string name and dot find and give the character or the string you want to find the already present string. So let me run it and see what the answer is. The answer is 4. Like O is first time O is present at the fourth index. Similarly, for count and replace, if I want to count the number of O's in the string, I can use this method. And for replacing any character by other one, we can use replace method. Like O is only present one time in the string, so it is giving me the answer as 1. And for replace, I have replaced all the A's present in the string with O. You can see. So this is how these functions work. Now for stripping, stripping is used the extra space present in the string. So if I'll write a dot strip, which will give me I am learning Python, but after removing all this space from right and left. Similarly, if I write r dot strip, it will give me the string after removing the space from the right side. From the right side. So for l dot a dot l strip, it will give me the string after removing the space from the left side. What is setting of string? Set the string. You have to mention that from where you want to split the string. But if I'm not mentioning in this case, like I am just writing a dot split, so it will split the string from everywhere where space is present. So let me see what that gives an answer. Yes, see. So it is giving the answer as my, then name, then is, then ABC. But if I'll mention that I want to split the string from wherever this particular character is present, example A in this case, so it will split my string from here and this part, and A will be removed. See, and now this is the string which we will get after splitting the string from wherever A is present. Now for joining part, if I want to join the string, here I'm taking this string B, which is this one. So now I want to join this string using a. So I'll write the character name a dot join b. So it will give me the answer as my name is ABC, the same string that we had earlier. Do you have any doubt till here? Do you guys have any doubt till here? Any doubt, guys? Okay, so I have to explain the joining again. So, okay, for joining, we'll have to mention that using which letter, in which particular character you want to join a particular string. Like this is a list basically, which we'll be covering in further session. Like what is a list? So here I'm joining the string b. Now I have this as my as b. This is a list. So I want to join all these using a, this character. So I'll write double quotation that I want to join b using a. So I'll join run it, then I'll get this will be converted it into a string that we had earlier. My name is ABC. But if I use this join method on Z, you can that we had what we had as Z. Let me print it again. Like as Z, I had my name is ABC. Now I want to join this string use underscore. Now between every word you will get underscore like this. I'm getting my name is ABC. Everything is connected with a underscore. Is it fine now? Log 16 again. Is it for joining you? I have to should repeat also for splitting. You if you are not mentioning from where you want to split your string, so it will automatically get splitted from wherever the space is present. You can see you have space between my and name and is and ab. So I'm getting four different strings after splitting the form of list. Is that fine? Should I move on further? Okay, so moving on. Now we'll see what is a legal string or not. Basically, if you want to use double quotations or any quotations within a string, then you'll have to use the different one from the one you are using outside. For example, here for the defining the string, I'm using double quotation. And so in between, if I want to get a single quotation or any quotation print, then I'll have to use the different one. For example, if I'll comment this part, like I'm using double here also and in the string also. So you will see it will give me an error that it is an invalid syntax. So if I you will check now, it will not give any error. For why? Because I've used different quotations inside and out. So moving on, indexes. Like the same indexes that we have discussed earlier in slicing, like for zeroth index, you will get printed, and for -5, you will have to count starting from -1, -3, -5, get co-printed. So same with slicing part, starting from 6th, 7th index, you will get the answer till 15th index minus 1. Same for string operation concatenation. If you add two strings, you can simply write a plus b, but here you will not get any space between hello and world. Hello and world, we are not getting any space. So if I'll write, I have to mention that I need space between strings. So now I'll get space a, a and b, which is hello world. We are getting space in between. And if we multiply any string by any integer, then we'll get that string three times or the number of times you are mentioning. So these are again the same things that we have already discussed: count, find, and for this part, upper and lower. If you want to convert any um, upper case, this method, like this whole string is converted into capital letters from small one. But if I use the lower one, uppercase, then everything will be converted into lowercase. Like this t is converted. Similarly, you can run other. So I've already discussed this splitting and joining part. You, for example, and here also you same examples lower upper, and the only different thing is title. If you write a dot title, you get every first letter of every word will be converted into capital. So this is a boot camp. Now we have T, I, A, and B capital letters. Okay. So moving on back to people. So these have these kinds of methods in string that we have already discussed, like how to convert it or strip. So we also have alpha digit for checking if the particular string has an alphanumeric number or not, and for digit have any string character in as digit. Oops, are the control statements that you must the language. So let's get on to basically how what kind of syntax it has. Python compiler only. So if I want to use the for loop, you have the basic syntax as for that you write languages to. Then you will write the variable name. I'm using I here. You can use the name here for I. I'm writing this particular. I'll be making. So I'll get answer according to this only. If I is present in 0, then I'll print I. I'm getting answer as so if I is 0, then if I is X, like you have so we can use for loop on any string, list, tuple, or dictionary. So we'll be discussing what is a list. For now, you can see that for defining any list, you have to use the square brackets and you have to mention any string or any number in between the list for now. So if I'm running the for loop here for I present in A, so that means it will I this for loop will run till it will travel the whole length of a list. So we have length of this list as so this for loop will run three times and give me the answer of I. So I'm getting the answers and mango. Being this I is transversal on this list. So I will change according to this list. Is it clear till here? everything clear till here? Do you guys have any doubt? So no doubt. So on. Now we have printed a particular word here. So I'll go for the printing a particular letter of any word. What is the actually I'm telling you the basic concept of how to use in Python. What is its basic syntax? Is it okay? Moving on. And now I want to print the anything in the word, particular word, different letters in the. I'll run this, so I will transfer till the whole letter for all the letters present in the string. So it will print A, N, A, C, O, N, D, and so on, like this. This is how for loop works. Now, if I want something like I want to fetch all the items from the list and then particular letters from the list. So that means I want to print everything, whole word, then every letter also of this. I'll have to use for loops. So I'll be transversing you this word variable, any other variable in this case. So I want to travel this words list. So I'll be printing every word here for the from the words list. And now I want to travel for every letter in each word, in every single word. So I'll write print letter and then next item, going for next item. So if I'll run this, it will be printing apple, then all the letters of apple, then banana, then all the letters of banana, and so on. Now conditional statement, if and else you must be like you have to write mention what kind of what kind of condition case of if, like if I've given a is equals to 11, I'm checking if a is less than 10, then it will have to print a is less than 10, correct? See, a is not less than 10, so it will not print anything because I've not used else statement here, but it is printing this statement. Why it is printing this statement is because of the indentation one. Here in print, you can see I have included this print statement under the if part, if block, but this statement is not included in the if block. That's why we are getting this statement as the answer, not this one. Because if statement is not satisfied. Is it clear till here? On have if else condition also, like different languages. Here I'm checking if a is greater than 10 or not. I'll run this one. A is lesser, a is equal to is less than 10. Now to check odd and even number, simply you can take input from the user, would you guys, then hit into the integer, then checking if it is present, it is odd or even. We run this. If it is in the answer 5, then we are getting it is. If we give the answer as 4, it will give me a number. Is it fine till here? Nested if, or nested if. So again, nested if is similar to different languages, like we one if statement, another side, other if statement. So here initially I'll be checking if a is greater than 10 or not. If it is greater than 10, then I'll be going inside this block also. But if it is not, then I'll be simply printing out this out. So here I check that if it is greater than 10, answer will be false. That a is not greater than 10, it is equal to 10. This is the reason. Again, same if I'll go through this code afterwards. I share this file with you. Now for while loop, it is similar for loop, like, but have to value. Here I'll if a is less than 10, then print a, and then I'll be in the value of while, and it will notify this statement by me that we are. So it will print starting from 0 till 9, then it will print out of while loop. Is it clear till here? Is it clear till here, guys? Okay, so Vishnu, moving on, let us create a guess, guess the number game. For this, using while state, and then we'll be conditional statements. Like let us assume that the guess number is 50. I'm giving it this value. So let us take one more variable, I is equals to 0. Then till I is equal to, we'll running all these statements. So I'll be taking input from the user, that which number they want to give. So I'll be taking input, and I'll be checking if that number is equal to the guess number that we have already given to the computer laptop. So if it is not, then again we'll be running this while loop. So if it is greater than that number that we entered is greater than the number, then we'll have a lesser number as answer. But if we have number is less than guess, then we'll have greater number as answer. But if it is equal to guess, then we'll print we have guessed, you have guessed the right number. Then we'll change the value of I to 1 so that we can while loop. So let me enter any number. Example, let me enter 10. I'll enter 10. It shows that you have to give any greater number. Let us write like 60. Then it gives me have to write any lesser number. Write 50. So it gives the answer as you guess the correct number, and then it stops running. No, we cannot use a plus plus in Python instead of a plus equal to 1 because we don't have such assignments. Python. Increment or decrement don't have such operators. Instead of a plus plus, it is not use this a plus plus. You will have to use plus one, or you can simply write a plus equal to one. Also, is it fine? Is it fine till here? Do you guys have any doubts? You can ask here. Huh? So, moving on. This is how for loop and while loops work that we have already discussed. The last topic for today's class is functions. What is a function actually? Um, Function is a block of organized or reusable code. Like you don't have to write a base few lines of code again and again if you want to use that function. So let me complete this function part, then I'll explain the guess the number game again. So how do we define function in Python? That for defining function in Python, you have to write def keyword and you have to give this function a name. You'll have to pass some parameters here, then colon. Then in this block, you can write different code that you want to use for this function, different code. Then you can return anything that you. This is how basic syntax of function in Python is. Again, here the main thing is indentation. So these are the type of arguments that you can pass the function, required or keyword or default arguments that you can study any basic which but for the syntax for everything is same. Is it fine till here? Is everything clear to you guys or do you have doubts? Riddhi? Okay, so you wanted me to explain guess the number game again. So here in this snippet of uh, I'm actually giving I've initialized that guess is 15, or we can change this number any number you want. So I have initialized one variable so that I can use this in this while loop. Here I'll be checking if I is equals to 0 till I is equal to 0. Till then we this while loop will be working. So I'll be taking input again and again. So I'll take input and store it into this variable num here. Then I'll check that if this particular number that I've entered is greater than guess number or not. Then I'll mention these two conditions that you will have to either give any lesser number or greater number. But if it is equal to the guess number, I can print that this is the correct number. I can increment the value or give assign the value 1 to I variable, and then this while loop will stop working. So let me change this guess number here. Let me write one here. I'll run it. It is asking me to guess any number. Write 50. It is giving telling me to choose any greater number. So let me write 20. It is asking me to guess any lower number than. If I'll write 20, it will give me is the correct answer. And this code stopped. This is how this works. Is everything clear now? Karthikeyan asked this doubt here. Okay, so that was it for today, guys. If you have any doubts, you can write it in the comment section now also. For the attendance form, you must have got this link in the comment section only. And after this class ends, you can find the attendance form link in the description of this video also. Thank you guys for being such a wonderful audience. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you, Vikas. Thank you. Thank you, Shruti. Let's thank you, Abhishek. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Let's meet tomorrow for the next class. Ram, we will be implementing the stock market prediction you will, then only you get to the accuracy of. You can get the attendance form in the description of this video after this, or you must have that link in this section. Thank you. Thank you.